The man who passes the sentence should swing the sword. Lord Eddard Stark, Season 1, Game of Thrones. Hello brothers and sisters, fellow Game of Thrones fans. This is the greatest phenomenon that has ever hit the earth. Forget about global warming. I'm talking Game of Thrones, Seasons 1 to 7. Season 8 coming soon, April 14th. Hello, White Walkers. So guys, listen, if you haven't watched Seasons 1 to 7, you may want to go back. Because this will be a spoiler zone. I will ruin Seasons 1 to 7 for you. Bear in mind, I've read all the books. So I have information that weren't even put into in the series, yeah? I'm going to be answering your questions. We'll be having conversations about it. I'm talking from the reasons Arya is the way she is, Cersei Lannister, Mother of Dragons, Daenerys Stormborn, Jon Snow, my baby daddy, you know. I mean, we're talking about each and every one of these characters. So do what you have to do. Change your ringtones. I can just hear the theme song in my head every time I go to bed and every time I rise up in the morning. So guys, give me a second. I'll be speaking with the 7 gods while we go on a short break. Later.
I know death. He's got many faces. I look forward to seeing this one.
Everything you did brought you where you are now. Where you belong. Home.
They're coming. Our enemy doesn't tire. Doesn't stop. Doesn't feel. I promise to fight for the living. I intend to keep that promise.
So with Season 8 on its way, we're going to do a quick recap or run through from Seasons 1 to 7, yes? But let's talk about Season 7. The first episode of Season 7 premieres with Arya Stark poisoning the men of Waterfrey's men. She did all her black magic from the faceless men magic.
When people ask you what happened here, tell them the North remembers. Tell them winter came for House Frey.
First of all, I have questions. How did she do that? How did she make him so well? You know, and because you know what, when Season 7 starts, I was a bit skeptic. Because I mean, Walter Frey was dead. So how was he toasting his men? I saw all of them gathered in the Great Hall, you know, and then they were drinking, and I'm wondering, but I thought Arya killed this guy. So like I said, spoiler, if you haven't seen Season 7, not my fault, you're slow. Moving on. So, you know, and then the next thing, she pulls the mask off. The only person who survived, this was worse than the Red Wedding. Okay, for those of you who don't know, the Red Wedding was when Walter Frey killed Robb Stark and Catelyn Stark and Catelyn Stark's brother, and Arya was on her way to them. Do you remember? From King's Landing, she was so glad that she was going to see her mom and her brother. Unfortunately for her, they died, and she was so close. So everybody knows that Arya has a list, and Walder Frey is on her list. Walder Frey and his men. So now he's dead. He's been crossed off of her list. She was on her way to go meet Cersei Lannister, and then she was told that Jon Snow is alive and he had now been crowned the king of the north. Could imagine her joy. She moved, you know. And then in season 7 we also see that we see the Stark children come back together, you know. Arya Stark, Sansa, who was now in charge of the north because Jon Snow had to go meet Daenerys Stormborn for Dragon Glass. Okay, listen guys, I know so much about this series. I have read the books so well. I tend to go ahead of myself. I'm trying, for those of you who are not really conversant with the books or are trying to catch on with the series, I'm trying my best to slow myself down. But guys, I'm a fanatic. This is serious work. Serious work. So I'm going to make it easy for each and every one of us, right? I'm going to talk about each character. I feel like that helps. What do you think? So let me know in your comments. That way I know how best to handle this, so I don't veer off from time to time. Okay, so Littlefinger dies. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it.
Thank you for all your many lessons, Lord Baelish. I will never forget them.
I like how he died. I like that he died in the hands of the Stark children. Okay, because he was such a jerk. Liking the mother, killing the father. Yes, you will say, oh, he didn't behead Ned Stark, yeah? But he worked behind the scenes. He pushed a lot of buttons. He whispered into a lot of ears. Okay, so let me take it easy on you people. Samuel Turley sends information, right, that the White Walkers can be defeated with dragon glass. Jon Snow, after being invited by Daenerys Stormborn to come and bend the knee, decides to visit her and see if she can mine dragon glass. He leaves the North in charge in the hands of Sansa Stark. We see Bran, the three-eyed raven, make his way to Winterfell. We see the beautiful reunion between all of the Stark children. Arya comes in, beautiful swordsmanship. She even is able to defeat Brienne of Stark in what we'll call a little sword battle. At this point, Sansa is worried about her. Littlefinger, in a corner, is plotting, trying to cause strife between the Stark children. Bran, being the three-eyed raven, was able to share with his sisters the tricks Littlefinger is playing. They kill him. So if you haven't watched it, spoiler, Arya slits his throat. That is the end of Littlefinger. He's had a long run anyways. Melisandre is the red woman, right? The woman of the fire gods. Melisandre was the one who actually advised Daenerys Stormborn to bring in Jon Snow, to invite Jon Snow, that he would be a powerful ally for her in the north. Jon Snow arrives, Melisandre departs. Before she did that, she and Lord Varys is the one that has little birds, the bald eunuch. So she and Lord Varys have a conversation. They are both what we would call, they're from the other side, right? They're Ecclesi people. And then she tells him, we will most likely die in the Seven Kingdoms. You know, it was a bit, the conversation was quite terse, but I think that conversation is very important.
If you don't mind my saying, I don't think you should return to Westeros. I'm not sure you'd be safe here.
Oh, I will return, dear Spider. One last time.
My lady.
I have to die in this strange country. Just like you.
Let's not forget that at some point in season 7, we see that Melisandre is over 100 years old. So it's possible she has information about the Night King. Guys, the Night King has a dragon in season 7. I cannot not share that with you. So this happens because, well, Daenerys Stormborn decides to go with Jon Snow and fight, blah blah blah, and then the Night King now takes one of her dragons and turns him into his own. So now it's 2-1, right? It's 2-1. So I feel like Jon Snow gets to ride one, Daenerys Stormborn gets to ride the other one, then the Night King has a dragon. Because if you look at all the promo pictures that we've been seeing from Game of Thrones, we're seeing mostly these 3 characters: Daenerys Stormborn, known as the Khaleesi, Jon Snow, also known as Aegon Targaryen. We'll get to find out that Jon Snow is actually the legitimate heir to the Iron Throne, because Lyanna Stark, his mother, Eddard Stark's sister, actually got married to Rhaegar Targaryen, right? So you know how they told us that she was kidnapped and they ran away and all of that. She was not kidnapped. It was a love story, one that Bran, the 3-eyed raven, will finally show us at some point. For those of you who have not watched it, for those of you who have watched it, he showed us. You that have not watched it, spoiler!
Stranger, I am hers, and she is mine, from this day until the end of my days.
Robert's rebellion was built on a lie. Rhaegar didn't kidnap my aunt or rape her.
Okay, so at this point, Samuel Tully also finds out that Rhaegar had his marriage to Ellis Martell.
He's not.
Dornish bastards are named San.
At the Citadel, I transcribed the High Septon's diary. He annulled Rhaegar's marriage to Alia. He wed Rhaegar and Lyanna in a secret ceremony.
Are you certain?
It's what the High Septon wrote in his private diary. I don't know why he'd lie.
Anyway, the marriage was cancelled, it was annulled, and he married someone else. From Bran, we now see that the someone else is Lisa Stark, right? So Jon Snow is the legitimate heir of the throne. Forget Daenerys Stormborn, she's just his auntie who they get to boogie with, but that's not the issue now. Who he gets to boogie with, that's not the issue now. The thing now is Samuel Tully is leaving the Citadel and he's heading for the north. Everybody is going down north. In the season 8 trailer, we see the Golden Company, which Cersei have sent. Except Cersei doesn't send anybody to the north. Cersei is bringing her own army to protect herself and her unborn infants, her unborn child in the south. Guys, I'm so excited for season 8. I'm sure you're excited as well, you know, and we look forward to sharing even more of these episodes with you. I'll be talking about my favorite character when we come back from the break. Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned. Thank you.
From far beyond the wall comes a whiskey for those who face the oncoming storm and never stop walking. Winter is here. White Walker by Johnny Walker.
Welcome back, my fellow Northmen. I'll be talking about my favorite character, Jon Snow. Jon Snow, born Aegon Targaryen, is the son of Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen, the last prince of Dragonstone. From infancy, he is presented as the bastard son of Eddard Stark, Lyanna's brother, and raised by Eddard Stark as his own bastard son. Listen, this is not working. Guys, I love Jon Snow. I love him, I love him, I love him, I love him, I love him. I love Jon Snow so much. So in the beginning, right, from season 1, Jon Snow, when it started, okay, so when it started, right, I'm looking, okay, maybe I like Rob Stark, because I mean, he's just out there. He's so confident, he's sure of himself. He's the heir of Winterfell, you know, you can just feel his power. But Jon Snow was so dull, so dark, so he was always sulking. I'm like, what's wrong with this child? Why is he always sulking? Now, when they now give him his own wolf, right, Snow, right, his wolf was just white. So I'm thinking, okay, so his name is Jon Snow, so he's white wolf. Then I now find out that Snows are bastard children in the north. So I'm like, okay. Then Catelyn Stark hates him. So I'm wondering, why does she hate him so much? Calm down, come your titties, baby girl. Why do you hate him so much? Things are not that serious. But she just hates the child. She feels like he wants to take over her own from Rob, you know. I'm like, girl. So at this point, when they sent him to the wall, I was like, Jesus, wicked stepmother. How can you send this boy to the wall? I was really sensitive about it. Guys, from season 1 to now, Jon Snow has evolved. He's a slay king. You know how all of a sudden, like, you know nothing, Jon Snow. Jon Snow knows plenty things. Because in season 7, Jon Snow is riding a dragon. He's riding a dragon. He's riding the dragon mother. He's riding. So if you haven't watched it, he slept with Khaleesi, the dragon mother. He had sex. That sex scene is life. That sex scene, like, I just like the way he just flipped on the bed. Like, I'm like, I got to see Jon Snow's buttocks. Boo-boo, you know. So we now see Bran, right? He's a wag. And we see that Bran now wags and shows us how Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen got married, right? So we are shook. At this point, Samuel Tarly at the Citadel has found out, right, that Rhaegar's first marriage to Ellie Martell the marriage had ended, right? It was dissolved, and then he got married to someone else. Put 2 and 2 together. Jon Snow is Aegon Targaryen. Moment of silence for this, please.
John's real name.
His name is Aegon Targaryen. You have to protect him. Promise me, Ned.
Jon Snow is not Jon Snow. Jon Snow is Aegon Targaryen. Jon Snow is the rightful heir to the Iron Kingdom. Jon Snow is the real Targaryen. Khaleesi is his side chick. Jon Snow is the main daddy. Khaleesi is going to be his baby girl. Then I think it's very important. I will also notice that at this point, right, Khaleesi now tells Daenerys Stormborn, by the way, is Khaleesi, now tells Jon Snow, I can never have children. A witch told me I can never have children. Go back several seasons. Season 1, I think. Jon Snow now goes, why would you trust a witch? Witches are known to lie. Let's not forget they now have sex. What if, and I'm just throwing my theories around, Khaleesi gets pregnant? I feel she will get pregnant. Because while they're having sex, right, we see Tyrion Lannister, the imp, come out from nowhere and he's staring at the door. The look on his face is one of foreboding. Like, oh my God, what is going to come out of this? Now, I'm really worried about the imp. Because we know that when they went to King's Landing, I'm talking Jon Snow, Daenerys Stormborn, when they all went to King's Landing, right? The imp and Cersei Lannister had a meeting. And at some point, after he had professed his love to his family and found out that Cersei was pregnant, at some point, right, he said he loves his family. And then they didn't give us any more information.
I am more sorry about the children than you could ever know.
I will not.
I don't care. I love them. You know I did. You know it in your heart if there's anything left of it.
And when it came at me, I didn't think about the world, not at all. As soon as it opened its mouth, the world disappeared for me, right down its black throat. All I could think about was keeping those gnashing teeth away from the ones who matter most, away from my family. Maybe Euron Greyjoy had the right idea. Get on a boat. Take those who matter.
You're pregnant.
I want to know what happened in that meeting. I feel it plays a major role in what happens in season 8. My take on things. Now, there are so many theories after seeing the trailer. There are so many theories. A lot of us think, oh, Arya died. Arya did not die. Arya Stark did not die. I trade Cersei Lannister and her brother Jaime, two horrible people. Okay, I like Jaime now. Jaime now has sense, but still, I rather trade Cersei for Arya. I trade all of the South for Arya. Arya cannot die. Arya did not go and train. A girl did not have no name for a very long time, several seasons, to come and die in season 8. I am against it. I will fight it. I will write to everybody that matters. I will not write to anybody. I will try to kill like all of you, but still, Arya cannot die. I digress. Back to Jon Snow. So guys, I'm so excited. I look forward to your theories, because there's so many of them swarming around the internet. I want to hear your theories. I want to hear your own information. If you're interested in being on the show, look, I want to have conversations about this show. Because we're going to be going episode by episode. We're going to check each and every one of the episodes. We're going to squeeze life, suck all the juice out of every episode, you know. And I'm going to need, if you're interested in being a part of this show, you must have knowledge. I mean, proper knowledge of the show, right? Proper knowledge of the show and all of its characters. What are your favorite characters? Share them with us. Follow us on all our social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, at AdureTV Live. You can even join us on YouTube. We're there as well. You know, we're available. Follow us. My name is Omar, and I am a Game of Thrones fanatic.